Okay, good day everyone. Welcome to Ingenuity Digital Technology channel. If you are visiting this channel for the first time, I'm going to cover on every teachings that has to do with technology. You want to learn how to use some software. Okay, I get to cover on this channel. And if there's any software you wish to know, you can drop it in the comment section below. But for now, I'm going to take you on a journey on Microsoft Word. It is going to be in series, but for this series I'm going to be teaching Microsoft Word from the beginner level to an expert level. So it is going to be a step-by-step teaching on Microsoft Word. So this training is going to be in classes. So today is going to be the class 1, where I'm going to introduce you to Microsoft Word interface. Okay, let's get started. I'm launching my Microsoft Word. I'm using Microsoft Word 2019. So whichever version you are using, on launching the application, you will see this. You will see a preset that you can quickly edit and use. Okay, so now let me just click on one. Okay, so you can see this is like the sample letter. You can just put your dates, your company name, and the rest, and send it to whoever you want to send it to. Okay, but that is not what I want to teach in this tutorial. Let's start from the scratch. Okay, so let me close this application. I don't want to save it. Let me open it again. Okay, so when you are starting your Microsoft Word from the beginning, from scratch, you click on blank document. Okay, when you click on the blank document, it will direct you to this interface. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this tutorial is to explain this interface to you and to do some basic settings that you will be needing in the course of this tutorial. Okay, so today's tutorial is not going to be much and it is not going to be so long, but please pay attention to these teachings. Okay, so now this is Microsoft Word environment. Now to the top left corner here, you will see 1, 2, 3 commands. This place is called quick access bar. Now on this quick access bar, you can add other commands to this quick access bar. Now if I want to add open, no, we are having by default, we are having save, we are having undo, we are having redo or repeat. Okay, now if I want to add another command, I will click on this arrow, customize quick access toolbar. If I want to customize it, like I want to add another command, okay, I will click on it. Then for instance, I want to add this command to open a new document. I can click on it. You can see it, the icon is being added. So if I want to create a new document, I will click on this. But if I don't want it there, I can easily retract it. Okay, it has been removed. But by default, you will have these 3 icons in your Microsoft Word at the launching time, at the time you are launching your Microsoft Word. Okay, so this part is called the quick access bar. Now moving to the center, the top center, you will see document 1. Now this place is called a title bar. This is where the title of the document appears. Now this document, I have not saved this document. Now let me save this document with any name. Whatever name I used to save this document will appear at the top center of this environment. Okay, so now let me save. To save this document, I can hold Ctrl S. I can press my Ctrl S to save, or I come to this place where you have file. This place is called Backstage. Okay, so I can click on my Backstage and I'll have my save here. So I can click on save, then I can choose where to save my file. Okay, So I can choose this PC. If I want to save it on desktop or in document, I can save it on desktop. For instance, I'm clicking on this desktop, then let me name it Ola Documents. Ola Documents. Okay, so I can save it. Okay, if you look at the top center of this environment now, you can see that that document one has changed to Ola document. So this bar is called title bar. Okay, now moving downward a bit, you can see another line here where we have home, insert, design, layout, references, and so on. You can click each of them to see things that are under them. So each of them that are clickable, they are called tabs. Tabs, tabs. They are called tabs. So we have home tab, insert tab, design tab, layout tab, references tab, mailing tab, review, and view tab. Okay, so coming to home tab, for instance, under home tab we have another line, another row of command under the home tab. This place is called the ribbon. Okay, so under this ribbon we have group. Now if you look at it very well, we have clipboard, font, paragraph, style, and editing. Now after this clipboard, you can see they are well demarcated. Clipboard is demarcated from font. You can see this line here, this line here, this line here. So from one line to the other, it is called a group. Okay, from here to here is a group, from here to here is also a group. So in each group we have commands. Format painter is a command. Okay, like this B in this group is a command. This high italics is a command. So each of these commands have their functions that we are going to treat as the training is progressing. As we are progressing in the training, we'll be talking of each command. Okay, so to recap, we have the home tab, we have the insert tab, then under each tab we have the ribbon, and in our ribbon we have groups. We have clipboard group, we have font group, paragraph group, style group, and in each group we have commands. We have commands to bold text, to italize text, to underline text, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now moving to this area, this white area. Okay, this is what we call a work area. Okay, this is where we call work area. This is where you type, and whatever you type here can be printable. Okay, let's move down again. So down to the left bottom corner of this screen, I'm having page 1 of 1. Okay, now I'm having the number of counts. You can see 0 words. Now if I write a word, for instance I write word, you can see I'm having 1 word. If I space it and write you, I'm going to be having 2 words. Okay, so where we have this information is called status bar. Okay, where we have this information is called status bar. Now you can still customize this status bar. You can customize your status bar. To customize your status bar, all you have to do is just to right click, and you will see possible things that you can add to your status bar. For instance, I've sectioned this Word document. If I click on section, it will tell me how many sections I'm having. If I'm in the current section, it will tell me the current section that I am. For instance, line number, I'm working on line number. I can click on line number. It will tell me the line number I have. For instance, I'm having 2 lines of text or 3 lines of text. Let me just copy this text and go to the next line. Okay, so all together if you can see, I'm in line 4 now. Okay, I'm having first line. I think I've deleted something here. Let me delete this. Okay, I'm having 3 lines all together now. Now I'm putting my cursor on line 3. If you check on the status bar, it is showing line 3. Now if I come to line 1, it will show line 1. So whatever you want to add to your status bar, just right click on the status bar and add it. So I want to remove the section. I cannot check it, and the line number, I cannot check it, it will remove. Okay, so those are the things you can do on your status bar. Now moving to the bottom right corner of this work environment, now we can see the different views. We have 3 views. Okay, but before I go to this view, let me quickly teach you something now, how to generate random text in Microsoft Word. Okay, if you want to generate random text in Microsoft Word for tutorial purpose, maybe you need to practice some things and you don't want to type and you just want to use any text for practical purpose, what you have to do is just to press on your keyboard, just press equals to. Okay, let me increase the font size of this. Okay, just press equals to RAND, then open the parentheses and close it, then press enter. Okay, you can see it has generated the text for us. Okay, so that's how to generate random text in Microsoft Word. Okay, so having generated that, let's come to these 3 views here. Now the current view we have now is this middle one, print layout. Now we have read mode. Okay, so I've clicked on read mode now, so I can see this clearly and I can navigate on this document if I want to read the document conveniently. Then we have web layout. If I click on the web layout, you can see another view entirely, but preferably by default we use print layout to work on our document. Okay, now the next one is our zoom in, zoom out. We call it zoom slide. So for instance, these characters are too small for me to read. I can zoom this page, for the character to be bigger, and I can reduce or zoom. I can zoom in, I can zoom out on this page. I can zoom in and I can zoom out the page. So for instance, this font is 12, for instance, and they are too small, and for reading purpose I don't want to increase the font. I can zoom in to see whatever I'm typing, but by default it is always 100% by default. Okay, now let's move to the next one. Essentially, let me mention this view tab. There's one important thing we need to know about this view tab. Okay, other things we are going to treat later, but for now let's work on this ruler. Very important. If you check it or you uncheck it, you can see to the left hand side here and to the top, you will see that there's no ruler now. But if I check this ruler, you can see we now have ruler, and we have ruler to the left, we have ruler to the top also. Okay, then let's add another thing. We have navigation pane. Okay, navigation pane. Our navigation pane is very important also for easy work. Okay, these 2 things, ruler and navigation, let me explain them. Let me explain what they do in Microsoft Word, because at times somebody might have worked on a document and probably the formatting is bad and you don't like it. You will need to work on the same document for correction. Okay, so for the ruler, we have the ruler at the top and we have it to the left of our document. Okay, now you can notice this. We have this indents. We have this first line indent and hanging indent. You look at this, we have 3 things here. We have 1, 2 and 3. We have first line indent, hanging indent, and we have left indent. So let me tell you what they do. The first line indent is to shift. Instead of you to use tab, for instance, to shift your text inward, you can use this first line indent. Then this hanging indent is to shift the rest lines in a paragraph. Now you know this is a paragraph, this is a paragraph, and this is also a paragraph. Now the first line indent will shift the first line inward, something like this, inward, while the hanging indent will shift the rest part of the paragraph. Okay, let's practicalize that. Okay, for instance, I put my cursor here. The first line indent, if I want to shift it, you can see to only shift the first line the way I want it. Now let me return it. If I return it, it will come back. But if I want to shift the whole document, I will pick this third one, which is left indent. It will shift everything. Then I can bring it back. Then if I want to shift the other part, you can see you can shift only this one, this second one. Okay, let's treat it like this: the first one at the top, the middle one, and the down one. So the one at the top is for first line, the middle one is for the hanging indent, the rest of the paragraph, while the third one is to shift all the paragraph. Okay, and you can still do this to all text. Okay, to select all text in your document, you press Ctrl on your keyboard and press A. You hold your Ctrl and press A. Then I can click on my left indent and shift. It will shift everything. Okay, all right. So that is for indents, the first line indent, the hanging indent, and the left indent. Okay, for the ruler. Now the ruler can also help you to create margin, left margin, right margin, then margin at the top also. Now if you check this ruler, you will see the this part that is like ash color and another part that is whitish in color. Now if I want to increase the margin, you can see if I want to increase the margin, I can come here. Okay, you will see this pointer will change. Okay, then I can shift it. You can see the part that is hash color is now increasing, so it is increasing the margin, and I can reduce the margin. Okay, and the same thing here. You can see this pointer. The pointer is an arrow, but immediately it gets to this place, it changes. Then I can click and shift it up to reduce the top margin, and I can bring it down also to increase the top margin. Also the same thing is applicable to the bottom. I can increase it and I can decrease it. Okay, so that is for ruler. Now for navigation pane, don't forget, if I uncheck this navigation pane, the navigation pane will be removed. But if I check it, I can see my navigation pane where I will see my headings, pages, results. You can see, so for the pages, if I'm having 5 pages for instance, I'll see all my pages here. Okay, let me just add some pages. Let me add some pages. To add other pages, you can hold your control on your keyboard and press enter. So I've added additional 7 pages. So for instance, I'm on the first page and I don't want to scroll to second, third. I can easily come to my page under my navigation pane and move to page 6. Once I click on page 6, it will move to page 6. If I click on page 4, it will move to page 4. And on the navigation pane also, you can search. Okay, let me just look for a word here to search. Okay, documents. I'm having documents. I can type documents here. If I type documents, it will highlight all the documents, the Word documents in my file, in my documents. It will highlight all of them. Then the results, you can see documents, where the results are. To add, you can also type a keyword. You can see where they are. Okay. All right. Then for the pages, you can jump from one page to the other. You can jump from one page to the other. Then for the headings, in the subsequent lecture, we will be having knowledge on this heading, because the heading is under this home tab. So immediately we start using this heading, then it will appear here. But for the scope of this first class of this tutorial, we are not going to teach that today. Let's come to our Backstage, which is this file. Yeah, this file is called a Backstage. So let's come here. Okay, so on the Backstage, you have the info, the property of the document you are working on. Okay, we have the info, you have new. If you want to open a new document, if you click on new, it will take us to where we started from. Okay, so we can click on blank document, then it will start a new document for you. Now if you want to open an existing document, you click on open, then you can search for an existing document to open it. You can see this is the document I saved. So if I didn't be, this is not the document I was working on and I want to open this document, I will just come to open and look for the document I want to open. Then save. I can save this document. Of course, I have used this command before that I used to save this document, to rename this document to online document. Okay, now another one is save as. Okay, for instance, I've saved this document already. Now I want to save it to another location. Maybe I want to save it to a flash or another memory storage. I can click on save as and choose the location I want to save to. Okay, I've saved to desktop before. Maybe I want to save it to a folder. For instance, I'll choose the folder. I can rename this document to, okay, it was online document before. I want to change it to Philips. Okay, so I can rename this document and save it. Okay, so now we are having two copies of this particular document. So that's a function of save as. Then you can print your document. If you want to print your document and send to printer, you can print from here. You can share, you can export it, then you can close it. Okay, all right, so that will be all for this tutorial, and the next tutorial will be starting properly. But for now, just master the environment and get yourself acquainted with the environment. Thank you for watching this video.